What does war look like?
Describe war. War is a short-term emotional event that will last forever.
Iwo Jima was so different from Saipan and Tinian. What you learned there was that you had to try to save your life because you were out in the open. You were the ones they could see you, but you couldn't see them. And it was a terrible feeling. Our Lieutenant Donald Dickey got his arm shot off within 3 hours on Iwo Jima. Bill Algren, who died just recently, picked it up and laid his arm on his chest as he was carrying him off. It's a haunting place.
The ultimate sacrifice. What does that mean?
Oh, man. This might not mean a lot to a lot of folks, but the most interesting thing that keeps troubling me was a boy that was under me in my squad overseas had gotten a telegram from his family or from his wife, and she had given birth to a little girl. And I told him he would never see it. The next day he was killed, and that's always bothered me.
Did you ever come face to face with the enemy?
It's real early one morning, and I was out looking around and looking at the terrain and seeing what we was up against that way, and I saw this German soldier coming toward me. He didn't see me at that time, and I motioned for him to come on and give up. And instead he turned and run. And I'm shooting at him, and him running and me running. And the last time I seen him, it looked like I hit it in the side the way he wasn't running straight and all. And about that time, I guess I woke up his buddies, and they cut down on me. And I was able to get in a little ditch and crawl and get up to where they couldn't hit me. And my buddies back where our location was says, well, they got Miller that time. They wasn't expecting me to make it back.
I got ambushed out front, me and my driver and gunner, and we lost, several killed, several wounded, and 4 captured, and I was one of those. I made the trip and walked mostly through Rome, through northern Italy, trying to get us through the Brenner Pass and on into Germany, which eventually happened. It was not an easy trip. It was, I'm not talking about from the walking and the feelings that went along with that. I'm talking about the kids that we lost on that march that thought they could get away at a particular time and so forth. So we finally arrived in Germany. The bad thing that I'll never forget, I guess, is coming back through that town when the train was destroyed and that we were supposed to get on, coming back through that town and helping load some of these bodies back on a flatbed to take them back to the camp that we were being held in temporarily. That trip was long and tenuous, but I kept thinking I'm alive.
What did you learn from going to war?
War is senseless and a horror, and you can't imagine what it's like until you go through it. And I wouldn't want to see anybody involved in it again.
Each generation has an obligation to pay that price, whatever it may be, that others might live as we are living today.
I would think that on American principles, it needs to be done to preserve our freedom and religious liberty.
Who was it? Harry Truman says war is hell? And I guess that's a pretty good explanation.